Mr. Mason, this is Joe, and I appreciate the call today. When you called me, I said, let me look it up. So, affordable bath and shower. You see how I would write it? And you guys don't show up because I'm here in Dallas and the business is predominantly in El Paso. All right. So, I'm going to click through a couple of versions that I did. So, and a lot of people like to do these kinds of things because they feel like they get more in, but this says affordable bath and shower. So you see, I did it this way affordable bath and shower, didn't find it. But when I typed in El Paso, okay, you can see your competition. See, these guys are paying for Google Ads, right? Google Ads, Google Ads, Google Ads. What's surprising, it's not Angie's List or, those guys, Home Advisor. So here you go. You wind up in two places. This is not good in one essence because some people might think this is two different businesses because this says affordable bath shower and this says affordable bath shower and the ampersand more. So even though they're both got the same phone number, you know what? People won't even, well, actually, it has two different phone numbers. Well, there you go. So I might think it's two different numbers, but you don't have a Google business listing here. Unless I type it exactly right, this is how you do it. If I type it exactly right, like this, well, then it tells me you have two reviews in Google 5 stars, right? When was the last one? Can't see that. But anyway, I'm in the wrong spot to see it, but it's okay. So you can see that this is kind of important if you're trying to get some, concentric value in who you are, how you're found, and which produces business, right? So you've got yourself out there two different ways. This is the older one. Should have forwarded all the traffic to this one instead of two, because you're competing against yourself in town. All right. Now that's because I typed in El Paso, but then when I started to discover the name, then I realized it's affordable bath and the ampersand more remodeler is now in there, El Paso. And then look at all this that's in here. So that's on the Google Business Search listing. So you gotta pay attention a little bit of that. Now you're here with Yelp under contractors, and you're here as an organic ranking. So you're one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. You're seven from the organic ranking of number one. In other words, organic search. So this is after paid ads. Does my organic search find me? Right? This is business listing searching, and you don't have a real business listing. This one does. If I click this one, it does show it a little bit. If I do type it in exactly like you guys wrote it out, this really long version here, it does pop up the box on this side, which is a Google business listing. This one does not have a Google business listing, therefore I would have probably connected the two. Would definitely recommend that. So let's look at your customer journey with your website. So all of these are clickable. So just without killing you too bad. I mean, the Facebook here is the same as the Facebook button here on this other page. Google Plus, that's the wrong icon. Google Plus has not been supported in over a year. They phased that out really 2019 and they extended 2020, but hey, that was a weird year, but that's no longer supported. This does take you to the Google business listing, but that's the wrong icon. You appear to take credit cards. It says payment accepted, right? So this really needs to be payment methods accepted, right? So that way people know that they can use their card, check or cash or, that kind of thing. This would almost promote that you need to have disclosures for taking payments, right? But if we go back here to the original one, this Google My Business listing, when you go there, there's only, there's the mapping. This is called the mapping, and this is to be your demographic of who you service. The only problem with this is that's your entire market. So if you wanted to do more of Texas, then you're going to have to evolve a little bit. If you're going to just continue to dominate this area, why do you have two websites for just this area, right? I know there's a lot of people there, but that's all you got. Instagram, and this is on the older original page. I'll just give you the numbers. You have 32 photos here in Instagram, You have 12 followers and 0 following. So you're not following anybody, but you have 12 followers. Okay. And all of this time that you've been in business, that's it. So no one's really working your social media. The Pinterest, I think that's kind of a good call, but you have 0 following you. Twitter, and nothing's been posted in forever. Twitter, the same thing. 0 following you. You got one that you're following, and the last post was March 20th, and I don't know if that was this year. It looks like it was last year. You're in Yelp, which is not bad, but that was a year ago. Excuse me, 3 months ago that someone updated the hours in Yelp. So you're being found there, but we have no reviews. So why are you in Yelp? Usually it's because of reviews. That's mostly geared toward restaurants, eateries, that kind of thing. But I know it can be used for other things, but it's not being maximized. And then your YouTube channel, which I think is cool that you've got a button there. You've got some videos on the sites. Anything that's a minute long is kind of long. They're not going to watch the whole thing. You need 30-second, 20-second sound bites of bits of information that people will actually try to watch. And to be honest with you, 20, 30-second time bits on the videos is great, but you're only going to get people watch 12, 18 seconds of it, just so you know. So you got to get to the heart of the matter really quick, and what's the value. But your YouTube channel is a year ago, last video was done. And it's a 1 minute video, and it's only had 16 views, but it's a year old, right? So there you go. You've got 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, 6, 7, 8 pages on this site. And then on this site, you've got a little bit more: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I was telling you earlier, this here, you see that? You see the link down here below? When I highlight it, it says contact section. Well, here's the contact section, and this is where you fill out a form. But really, your contact us is for when, hey, your guys were great, or hey, your phone's not working. Hey, whoever working for you that took my call is horrible, right? I do like that the phone number is hot. See, I can make a call, so click to call. Should be good on mobile. Here's your mobile view. This is just kind of a quick inspect. So you can kind of see what your site looks like on mobile. And I'm on the Contact Us page. Not very exciting. And that should take me home. Okay. And there's a click to call button. That works good. But there's a place for me to call. There's no place for me to raise my hand, fill out a form, and tell you I need an estimate, right? Right? Because maybe I don't have time to call you. I want you to kind of come figure it out for me. So that kind of gives you an idea of the mobile optimization. This one, both of these are, one is hosted by HostGator, which is typically a reseller, third party. That might be a problem. You may not own the rights to this one, or excuse me, to the other one. And then the first one is hosted by Amazon for some reason, which is typically an e-commerce site. I don't know why you would have that set up if you're not taking payments. So you can see here, how do I raise my hand and tell you I want to get a quote? I got a video, see there's the menu. I like that it's in the middle, but I have to go to contact us in order to let you know that I'm interested. You really need a quick capture up front, right? And that's how you get conversion on the site. And then there's the style in which you got to arrange that. So there's all of that. But then I thought, well, let's just take a look at the customer journey. So if I go to the Facebook page here, and the Facebook page down here, which is at the bottom, I'd have it at the top here. They both go to this same page, and it says affordable bath shower, right? There's no and more on this one. And the phone number is not hot here. And it's one of the two that were available. And then the email is a personal email, not a business. That's a Gmail for Marco. If you're a bona fide business, then it's so easy to have info at or quote at or help at the domain name. Why wouldn't we do that? Because that legitimizes the business. This is an independent contractor, right? And so some of that stuff is I know small, minute, but there's customers out there that would pay attention. Your last post on Facebook was March 20th, just like the other, the Yelp, or one of the other ones. So you just don't really have a whole lot going on when it comes to the social media. The sites are there, but the sites are more of a business card online. They're not an active business online. Does that make sense? I don't know how many calls you get. I would have some tracking codes here so that I could track how many calls are coming. What is that duration? You can get all that with Google, but you're going to have a Google advertising account. So, and we'd have to take a look at that. So it looks like you're really predominantly El Paso. We're not finding you out this way, this far, and that's fine. If you plan to do other major metropolitans, then that's a different approach than what you're doing now. At this point, you're kind of stepping on your own toe because you did offer something here. But I think the trick is, if you notice, I type affordable bath and shower because I'm thinking bath and shower. I don't think of them as one. Somebody decided to make the name bath shower, and then on a couple of these, I typed in the word and, but not ampersand. Some people will type in ampersand and they'll find you, but the people that don't type the ampersand don't find this. And then I would probably consider this to be two different businesses, right? Because the Facebook has the older phone number. So in the, quest of the business, where do you want it to go concentrically? Who's managing it? And then why aren't all channels aiming at the same spot, right? And then if you got all of this social media, which I think is fantastic, but you need a young kid that knows this space that can be doing regular posts for you. We charge $300 a month to put a staff member on that and answer reviews, make posts, make it look like you're actively in business. You haven't posted anything since March. Some of this stuff is older than that on some of these social media. So with COVID-19, sir, it would be easy to assume that you're no longer in business because there's a lot of people that didn't survive. With no activity, they might go, oh, this guy's out, right? Because if they're going to check your website or find your website, they're also going to go check all these social media icons if you have them, just to see, hey, are you in the community? Or you look real? You got pictures of trucks? What are you? And that's how you do it. This is a shame here because it does say contact us, but you can see it takes me nowhere. It just takes me here. So if I wanted to get an estimate, my only choice is to call. If Marco's on a job or on the other line or in the bathroom, who's getting this call, right? Now, this is a 915233 number, right? And, when I go over here to the business listings, there's the 2330662, right? So they're obviously separate. So who's getting these calls and how's that working? Hopefully these are, like a call rail number or Google number where you can have multiple numbers and they all go into one place, or really let's use one number and it goes to multiple people that can catch it. Your testimonials, sir, this one is a self-create. I can just create my own testimonial on this page. It's kind of cool. And then I get to put the stars, but it's not validated by Google or Facebook. Over here, Facebook, if you look here, reviews, you have no reviews and you've been in business a while. Probably we've had this page for a while. Probably would have done that. Your Google reviews, you only have 2 that are 5-star, and I think the last one is pretty old anyway. When I go here and I look at reviews, I want you to be aware, you see that little link right there? These are, and I don't know how you said you didn't have it, but it's a Home Advisor, which is now, I think they bought out Angie's or vice versa, whatever. They both own each other kind of deal. So this is what happens here, but look at what this page does. Okay, if I want to find a pro, just because I looked at your reviews, your website takes me to Angie's List, Home Advisor powered by Angie. So guess what? I actually can drive traffic away from me because I looked at your review page and clicked the link. I can send business right off of your page over to a source that has a plethora of the same people you of the business you are. That's kind of a no-no. You don't want to redirect people off of your page. It's good to be connected that way, but there are some negatives to it. Incalculable the amount of business you may have driven off your page because people will look at reviews. There's a third of the buying populace that go online and they don't make a single decision unless they see people saying you're a good guy and there's some stars. That's how they make their decision. They're kind of followers, right? They're sheep. They do what other people will do based on what was reviewed. Other people, they're dynamic. They need a video. They need some click action, pop up, fill out a form, give me a quote. Let me call right now. Other people that, they need to know what services, what is a cutaway tub? That's the engineer, the technical guy, right? I want to know, what does that thing, is that going to ever leak? Because that's what his concern is, right? And then, then you have the the guy that is just the boss man, right? The lady that she just wants to cut to the chase. How much? Well, in order to get to how much, they got to fill out a quote. Where on earth do I raise my hand pretty quick up at the very top, including mobile, just a mobile view? How do I raise my hand to tell you I need to know a number? So you've not given the allowance of the 4 typical characters out there searching. They're on another side of a box or a phone. You don't know which one they are, but is your website, your approach designed in order to capture as much of any of them as possible? There you go, sir. We can help you do that. Look forward to you sharing this with your partner, and then we'll do a follow-up call in a couple days. Thanks.